Hello friends, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a sit down chit chat while I work on this. Is my in-house armoire office. I do not have a dedicated office in this home. We don't have space for it, but I do have a working armoire that has a desk that folds down, and inside of there there is a desk. And so I asked on Facebook and YouTube if anybody had any questions, and you guys had a few questions, so I'm going to sit down and do maybe a 30-minute chat while I clean out this desk. So come along with me. Okay, you guys, so I am back at square zero with this desk. You all have seen this desk before. Let me see if I can bring you guys around. There we go. It's tragic. Honestly, I have zero time, so I put stuff in here and close it. That works better than actually dealing with it. So one of my biggest struggles, one of my biggest challenges, I don't have struggles, I have challenges, is that I don't have enough bookshelf space. So I have a lot of books and the books just end up sitting. So I've got to find a place for the books. I mean, I've got a ton of books. You name it, I've got books. Here's our Bible study book. If you have not joined us on Monday nights, we are doing Why Her 6 Truths We Need to Hear When Measuring Up Leaves Us Falling Behind. This is our latest Bible study. We have about 5 more weeks and then we will be done with this book, and we'll pick our last book of the year. So I posted on Facebook the other day if anybody had any questions, and some of you guys did come up with some questions for me. So I thought that I would sit here and chit chat while I go through this mail. A lot of this is just junk mail waiting for me to go through it. This looks like insurance. Maybe not. Okay. It's just one of those explanation things. This is not a bill. This is just an explanation. Okay, great. One denial. Okay, let's see. What did they deny? Procedure code for invalid modifier for procedure code. Please resubmit correct modifier. Okay, I don't know what that's for, right? Oh, for some lab work. All right, let me move along. So, I'm making a junk pile or junk mail pile, and then a pile for filing. Okay, that I need. That's my mom's. So one of the questions that was asked was, how long have I been a single mom? And that one was easy. I have been a single mom for 10 years. Actually in July, well, this month is the 10th year. Oh, 11 years. I've been divorced 10 years. I've been a single mom 11 years. 2009 was the year I separated. 10 years. Excuse me. 10 years I've been separated and divorced and classified as a single mom. We have homeschooled. We are now going into our 6th year of homeschooling. So if anybody was interested in homeschool, and I do oftentimes have a lot of people ask me, how do I homeschool as a full-time working parent? Well, it's simple to me in my brain of how that works. More books, y'all. More books. Like, why, friends? Why? There's a reason for all this madness. So here's what I typically do. My children, when we first started homeschooling, we actually swapped. We didn't swap. We actually had a friend who was just getting ready to stay home with her babies for the very first time in her life. She had been a working parent and needed to stay at home because she had just had a baby. And she was also thinking about doing, opening up a daycare. She was thinking about opening up a daycare. So I have to pay, this is Alana's doctor bill. So I've got to pay that. Let me put that there for bills that have to be paid. And I wanted to homeschool my children, but I did not have, Jackson, will you put this on the shelf for Mama? Thank you. Where the green books are. See if you can find any more spaces for those. I did not have a real sense of how I was going to, because I didn't know anybody else that would help me with the children, because I wanted to homeschool, meaning I wanted them to have a Christian-based education. So my friend said, hey, they can stay with me during the day, and you know, you can do whatever curriculum you want, but they are welcome to stay at my house. And then I paid her for them staying with her. So that's how we got started with homeschool. My friend said, hey, I'll keep them, because she was going to be staying home with her kids. Okay, I need to do a thank you note for that. And it really just worked out for us at that time, because she needed some income. She had been working prior to that. She had been working, but she needed to have some income because she was going to be a first-time stay-at-home mom, you know. So I wanted to be able to give her some income, all the while having someone that could look after my children as well. So we went on that journey, and what I do over the years, now we're going into our 6th year of homeschool. So now my kids are very capable. Alana's going to be in 10th grade. Jackson's going to 6th grade. And they're very capable. We've done the same homeschool curriculum for the last, Alana's done it the whole, this will be her 6th year. Jackson, this will be his 3rd year of using the curriculum that we use. And we use Switched On Schoolhouse, which is a computer-based program. And the reason I'm able to do it is because I set up, I do something once a year. I set up their school. So I set up their name, address, school name, where we can print out their transcript. Then I load on their curriculum. And once I get their curriculum loaded, then I don't have to do anything. I set up their course weights. I set up how much everything is going to be as far as points. Here's a homeschool Christian book. Alana, maybe look through here and see if you see anything that jogs your, that is interesting, like home ec or something like that. See if there's anything in here that is interesting. That's a homeschool book. So we're going to see if there's a curriculum in there that she thinks would be interesting to her. And once I get their classes and stuff set up, and the weights for their for each area, then I don't have to do anything else. It auto grades for me, so I don't have to do any grading. And the reason I use that curriculum is because I don't have to do the grading. Now I can go back in and recheck something. I can have them redo an assignment if they don't do well. I can take out, it has a ton of projects which we just do not have time to do. I may make them do like a major project, like one major project a year or something like that, but we don't have a lot of time to be doing a lot of projects. So I do take those out. I can put in or take out pretty much anything I want in that program, which is why I like using the program, because it does help me to, it takes the pressure off of me of the grading. So last year, Alana was in high school for the first time, and we did her on a 4x4 block. So we did 4 subjects from August until January, and then we did 4 subjects from January until June. And we actually extended out Alana. So I don't know if you're familiar with the special education programs. If your children go to regular public schools, you probably have heard about them. So I treated Alana like she was exceptional children's, and I gave her extended time, because previously she has needed extended time with her lessons. specifically in 7th grade and 8th grade. She just needed more time to get through some stuff. So I didn't give her less assignments. I gave her more time to get them done. So I gave her 20 extra school days. So instead of her going to school for 180 days, she actually went to school for 200 days. And then, okay, I need to do a thank you note for that. So let me put this here. If you have sent me something in the mail, thank you very much. I have 2 thank you notes that will be coming out this week, and I'm going to sit here and write them while I'm at my desk, because if not, I will forget. And then this is my sister's mail. Remember, I told you my sister was out of town, so we have a big old bag. We have 2 bags of her mail, and I need to go back and get more mail from her neighbor. So that's my sister's mail. And then I have coupons I need to go through. We're getting ready to have a Super Doubles happen very soon. Did we turn the oven back up, y'all? Okay, good, good, good. And then we said we're doing green beans and a salad, right? Okay, we're having a friend over for, we're having 2 friends over for dinner. And so I'm trying to figure out what we're cooking. We have the meat in the oven, but that's about all we got going. But that's okay. When they come, we'll just finish up. So what was I saying? So Jackson went for 200. Alana went for 200. Jackson probably could have been done in 100 days. Jackson can be done with his lessons in 2 to 3 hours. Since Alana is in high school, it takes her a little bit longer to get her lessons done, and that's okay. The reason I put her on a 4x4 block schedule is because I wanted her only to have a small amount of curriculum I didn't want her to have 8 classes every day. I wanted her to just have a couple, and then, you know, she could be done with, like we did math, Bible, history, and cooking the first time, and then we picked up with science, language, and whatever else we were going to do. And that seemed to help her out, not to be bogged down. And homeschool is so flexible that we can do that. So I do like the flexibility of homeschool. It helps us to not feel pressured, and that is good for me. So another question that came in was, how do I juggle it all? I seem to be very busy, and I always have a lot of things going on, but I seem to juggle it well. Well, one of the things that works for me is I'm a scheduler. I live on a schedule. If it's not on my calendar, it will not get done. That's honest. I've got a project right now that I need to do, and I keep forgetting because I didn't put it on my calendar. And so that really is how I live my life. I live by the calendar. And look at this. This is going pretty quick. It's just a lot of, it just seems like a lot of stuff because it was a lot of junk mail. I've got to have a system for junk mail, which I don't have, y'all. Somebody help me with my junk mail system because I don't have one. And now I'm having to double up my books because I don't have enough space for all the books I have. But I am going to look into finding me another bookshelf, a skinny, slim bookshelf, because I just don't have enough space for all my books. So I work by the schedule. There is one day a week that I keep free, where we don't have anything that we have to do or any place we have to be. For us, that's been Mondays, because we have church on Sunday. Then we have Mondays, which is a homeschool, anything mom needs to help with. If I need to teach a concept, if I need to spend some time with Jackson on math, or if sister needs some help in science, then mom dedicates Monday evenings, Monday afternoons and evenings to homeschool. That doesn't mean I don't help homeschool any other day of the week. It just means that's my dedicated day. Also, I have a ladies' Bible study that I teach on Monday nights. So if I don't have to go out of the house and I'm home doing homeschool stuff, it just segues really nicely into my Monday night Bible study, because sometimes I can't get my material done until Monday. So I get the kids situated, get our meal done, and then I can sit down for a couple hours, go through my stuff, and then I'm on my phone line by 9 o'clock. And that works out very well for us. So the kids being in homeschool, they do not get PE. And we decided years ago that we would make Taekwondo their PE. the way their taekwondo works is they can go to classes every day of the week, and they can stay from about 4 to 6:15, and Alana can stay even till 7 because she can take the adult class. And if there are not a lot of adults in the class at night, then Jackson can also stay on the mat and train. So my kids can go anywhere between 2 hours and 15 minutes to 3 hours any day of the week. So we go Tuesday through Friday. Tuesday and Thursdays are black belt class, which is that they're black belts now, so they specifically go to black belt class. But Wednesdays, they have a sparring class. That's where they do fighting for competitions, and Jackson loves the sparring class. He trains with Coach D and all of his friends. Alana doesn't love it so much. She will go, but she doesn't love it. And, okay, well checks. Everybody did their well check. That can go. Oh, y'all, we getting this. Don't let this fool you. It looked like a lot, but it wasn't. And then on Fridays is special teams. So anybody that is on special teams can go goes for their training on Fridays. And so we have just worked it out where if we go any other day, they can help. Jackson is in the junior instructors program, so he helps in, depending on if I can get off from work in enough time to get him there by 4. He can work in the 4 o'clock class. He can work in the 4:45 class, which is the advanced class, but him and Alana can also take the advanced class. If there's enough teachers or instructors and he's just an extra kid, he'll jump in and take the advanced class. And Alana has a lot of friends in the advanced class as well, so she likes to go to that class as much as she can. We also have a class called Little Dumplings, which are little tiny kids, like 3 and 4 and 5 years old. So he likes, the master likes the girls to help in that class because they tend to do better with the little ones. I guess there are boy instructors that help as well, but Alana more likes to work in that class. She likes to work in some of the, now she's not yet in the junior instructor program, but she is applying to be in there. So Alana is 1 year behind Jackson because Jackson has been a black belt for 1 year and 2 months, and Alana just got her black belt in May. And then mom's classes. So during the summertime, I go in the mornings. I go at 9 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's adults. And so Alana is old enough to go to the adult class. Now, with having my mom here, because she has to have somebody with her, I have to split the kids now. So we don't all go at one time. Sometimes Jackson will stay on beauty duty, and sometimes Alana is on beauty duty. I try to let Jackson go on Wednesdays because he likes sparring class, and they only have it 1 day a week. Tuesdays, I have to be out for quite a long time because we have prayer on Tuesday nights, and then I also sing at church. So I have singing on Tuesday nights, so I usually take Jackson to black belt class on Tuesdays. We've cut out the extra classes for right now, and we told the instructor that because my mom is sick and I have to have somebody here with her, and I try not to leave anybody for too long, that we can come to black belt class. I go straight to prayer, straight to singing, and then we come home. So Thursdays, I usually take Alana to black belt class, and then I try to take them both on Fridays, and we zippity dip over and come straight back. So we don't leave beauty too long. She does okay. She's still mobile. She can get around, but I don't like for her to be here alone. Just in case anything happens, I want to be mindful of what is going on. So that's how we do that. And again, I just live by the schedule. I live by my calendar. I try to schedule things at the same time if I know. Like I try to get the kids allergy shots on Fridays because we already have to go to Taekwondo anyway, and they both have to go to special teams. So I try to get them the allergy shots by 3:30 or 4 o'clock. We stay there. We have to stay 30 minutes. And then I zip them over to Taekwondo because they have to be there by 4:45. So I try to schedule stuff the same day that I know I can get everybody where they need to be. At this point in my life, if it's not a priority, then we're just not doing it right now because my mom is sick. And so once we get her squared away and everything, I'll be able to do more of what I was doing. Until then, this is pretty much how we're able to get done what we need done. Let's see, what was another question? Another question was, what do I like about the keto life? I like keto. I love everything keto. I used to be, and I still am, in my heart of hearts, I love Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers worked for me. I did very well on Weight Watchers when I was being strict, but I didn't lose a lot of weight all the time. And so, you know, it was up and down, up a pound, down 2 ounces, up 3 ounces, down 4 pounds. It was a lot of up and down for me. And these are all review videos that I have to film. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one behind here. I have 5 review videos that I've got to get done. I've got to get some curriculum up for sale, and here's some more books. So I'm just putting that on the red shelf because I've got red and pink books up there, and that just looks like it will work. And then all that's just trash down here. So I like the keto lifestyle because I can still eat the foods I like. I just have to find a duplicate for it. And I love to cook. So cooking is not a problem for me specifically. I enjoy it. I enjoy being in my kitchen. I enjoy helping my children learn how to cook because they actually have to learn how to cook the items that we need to eat so that we all can stay pretty healthy. Trying to think, what was another thing I like about keto? Like I said, it works for my body type. I have done very well. I've lost a lot of inches. I've lost a lot of swelling, although I do still have a double chin, I know, but I've lost a lot of swelling. But I'm able to, no matter where I go, if I go out to eat, which I rarely do, or if I'm hanging out with a group of friends or whatever, I can always find something to eat. Like, I don't feel restricted, even though I can't have the processed carbs. Do I wish I had a little bit more grocery money each month to be able to just buy what I wanted to buy? Absolutely. And maybe in the fall when I go back to work, my grocery budget will be a little bit different. I'm not real sure yet. However, right now, what I'm working with is working. So I'm okay with what I have. We're not hurting on groceries. We do relatively well. So I'm going to leave my calendars, my sermon notebook, and my to-do list on here with my pens and my dots because I use those in my calendar. All right, so another question was, where do I see my channel in 6 months? So at this moment, we are close to 5,900 subscribers, you guys. I never thought I would be at 5,900 subscribers. Just to me, that's like, oh my God, oh my God. You know, my channel was growing slowly, and I have looked at other people's channels that were around the same as mine, and I have watched some channels explode, most of them, and I'm still like down. But in January of 2019, I had set a goal for 10,000 subscribers. Right now, I'm about halfway there, and I haven't grown as fast as I thought I would. But here's a principle that I live by. I live by the word of God, and the word says, when you're faithful with a little, he'll make you Lord and ruler over much. And I believe that as I am faithful with my 5,900 subscribers, in due season and due course, I am going to reap the benefits of being faithful. Now, I just watched a video where Catherine from Do It on a Dime, if you haven't seen, Catherine's been one of my favorites for a long time. The kids are shredding up my junk mail. That's what they're doing over there. So if you hear shredding noises, maybe we could shred in another room. That might be good. That might be helpful. She just put out a video on tips of how to grow your YouTube channel. So I've taken a couple of those tips. She said, what can you do? What can you do to give your channel a 1% increase of effort or whatever? So what I did was I purchased a ring light, and I'm hopeful that the ring light is going to help with some lighting issues. The reason I don't have all the big lights and the setup and all of the things is because stuff makes me, it's something I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver over the big lights, and I'm trying to cook, and I got all these things. I just can't do all that stuff in my house. I just can't. So, and I'm going to be working on some voiceovers, learning how to use my equipment and how to use everything at my disposal to make my channel a better channel. So, I have a couple bills that I need to pay, so I'm going to put those bills here, because I need to pay those. I actually need a little clipboard that says pay bills. And then I have 2 thank you notes that I need to write. So I'm going to put those right here, because I know those are for thank you notes. And then I'm going to put my pencils down here. I've got a little pencil jar that I keep pens and pencils in down there. All right. So, you know, 6 months from now, my goal is still the same, 10,000 subscribers. Will I get there? I don't know, but I think everybody needs a goal. I'd be happy with 7,500 subscribers. I'd be happy with 6,000 subscribers. I am happy with who is here. And I thank each and every one of you who come back and come back and come back and support our channel. It is amazing to me that people want to be here. One of the questions was, did you expect to be where you are today in your life? And the answer is absolutely not. I never would have said that I would be a YouTube person. I mean, I never even knew what YouTube was until a couple years ago, and I don't even know how I found it out. But it just wasn't something. We didn't grow up with colored TV. We didn't grow up with computers and internet and all that, so we just didn't have that type of thing. And to have all the things that we have now is mind-blowing to people who grew up like me, poor, and we just didn't know. But to think that God has given me a voice, if that makes any sense, into the people's lives that I have a voice into. I have 5,900 subscribers. I don't have that many people watching me every day. I am sure of that, because I'm subscribed to over 200 channels and I don't watch them every day. But for the people that do come, when they do come, I am thankful that the Lord has given me an opportunity to speak into their lives. I try to interact with my community as much as I can. The Lord did get on me about, Shakima, you're supposed to respond to each and every comment. That was your commitment to this channel. And I have not done that because of time's sake. So I'm going to work myself back into responding to every comment. You know, that's important. It's important for you to comment, and it's important for me to respond. Now, whether that is a written response or an oral response, when I come back and do another video, I still need to respond. That's important to me. Again, I never would have thought I would be on YouTube. This is honestly one of God's greatest gifts to me, is to be able to sit here and talk to my phone and have somebody sit and listen to it. He's opened so many doors and so many opportunities for me through this venue, and I am thankful for that. Another question was, how did I find my gifts and what did the process look like? I don't know that I am gifted at much. I do know the Bible says that my gift would make room for me. Your gift will make room for you. I have just done the things I am good at. There's a lot of people who do different things. And I think when you find the thing that you can do and do them well, I think that's when you find out what your giftings are. I was raised in my grandmother's house. My grandmother raised me to be a wife. I was raised to be a wife. I cooked, I cleaned, we grew up on a farm. I know how to skin meat. I know how to cook. I know how to, I know how to make ends meet. I know how to pinch pennies. I know how to run a home. And so that is what my grandmother instilled in me when I was a little girl growing up. And it seemed like everybody else got a free pass and didn't have to do all the stuff I was doing. And I never could understand why it was expected of me to be the one always in the kitchen, the one always doing the things. And over time, I just got used to doing it, and it just became the thing I was known for, was being a homemaker. When I got married, I was very happy to be married. I loved the institution of marriage. My marriage just didn't work out, and I'm praying that the Lord has a forever marriage for me down the line. But I just found what I could do and what I did well, and those things just put me into the mommy niche in YouTube. Cooking, cleaning, couponing was huge for me as a single parent, trying to feed my kids, the budgeting, because I've got to make sure that all the monies line up, and it's just worked for me. Thrifting was another, just a hobby. I didn't even know that I liked it, that I liked thrifting. When I was married, my ex-husband used to do all the decorating in the house, and he wouldn't let me touch anything. He wouldn't let me put pictures up. I mean, it was very, this is how I want it. Don't do anything else. And when he left us, I remember praying, and I said, God, would you please allow me to decorate my house? And the Lord, it was like, bam, he just touched me. And before I knew it, my house was taking shape, and it was looking good. But I couldn't do that on regular prices. So I was like, Lord, I got to be able to do what I love, but at prices I can afford. And so thrifting came into my life, and I love thrifting. When I was becoming an independent woman, I had a friend of mine who came over. I called her one day. I said, I do not know how to put outfits together. I probably was the frumpiest person you ever would have seen. I would wear stripes and flowers at the same time, like whatever, because it wasn't important to me. Not that looking good wasn't important. I wanted to be clean. I wanted to smell good, but I didn't care about what I wore. I'm not a fashionista or anything like that. That's not important to me. My love language is quality time. And so if you spend time with me, that makes me feel good. Not gifts or acts of service. I can do all my things by myself. I'm good. But I remember having a friend come over, and she helped me go through my closet, and she wrote me out this card. And on the card it said, wear this with this, wear this with this, wear this. And I posted that card on my closet door, and that card stayed there for 3.5 years, because I would then try to put my outfits together. And then at some point the Lord came down again, and he blessed my mind that I would be able to know how to put together my own outfits. And again, because my budget was limited, I was able to go to the thrift store and not only decorate my home, but then I could also get outfits for myself and for my children, and we could look great on a budget. And it just happened over time. It wasn't, I can't say there was a process. It was a growing into, it was a maturing for me. That's how I have to think of it. It was a maturing into, it's necessary for me to grow in this area, because this is where I am in my life right now. And so that's how it happened for me. The things that I was good at, I just began to do them a lot. And again, this is how this channel has evolved. So there it is. Those were the few questions that I had gotten, and this video is probably long enough. If I get some more questions, if you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll do a part 2 of question and answer. I'm sure I missed some of the questions, but those were the ones I could think off the top of my head. My life is not perfect, but it is perfect for me. My kids and I do very well. I'm very thankful to the Lord. He has brought me from a mighty long way. There's a song that we used to sing. This is, when I look back over my life, I can see how God has got me to where he has gotten me to. It hasn't always been easy, but I'm thankful for every single solitary thing I've had to walk through. It's made me stronger. It's made me a better person. And God is faithful. He will never leave me nor forsake me, and I'm thankful for that. Did I ever think I would be a minister of the gospel? Probably not. That was not my goal in life, to be a minister of the gospel. I was going to be a teacher, and that was it. For 30 years, I was going to teach, and then I was going to retire, and that was going to be it. God had other plans, and I'm thankful that he did. Again, it was doing what you do well. What I have done well is leaned on the Lord very well. No matter what I go through, leaving God. God has always been there for me in my worst of times, and he is here for me in some of the best times. This is the best time of my life. I can honestly say over the last 3 to 4 years, God has really stretched me. He has grown me. He has stretched my children. We're in another stretch right now, taking care of an aging parent who has not been a part of my life for 30 years. But it's a stretching again. There's something God wants me to learn out of this experience, and I am willing to learn it. It's not always easy every day. There are hard days. She is in what I would consider a decline from when she first came. But she has lasted a whole lot longer, I think, than the doctors had anticipated her to last being here. So we're thankful for that. We're thankful that we can give her last days some joy, some happiness, at least seeing our family. Maybe she can take joy and happiness from that. She said she was miserable the other day, and I said, well, okay, you know. But that's because she's hurting and she's sick, and she doesn't, you know, not everything is clear to her what she is going through. So anywho, those were some of the questions that we were asked, and I'm thankful that anybody would even be interested and curious about my life. God is good, and that's the only thing that that's my platform. I don't have any other platform, but God is good, and he is good, and he is faithful, and his loving kindness and tender mercies endure forever, and that is my platform that I stand on every single solitary day. People have said, why don't you change your name? Because I can't. My name of my YouTube channel embodies who God is and who we are. We are who we are because of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit that help us do what we do every day. So anyway, there it is. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me while I cleaned off my desk. It didn't take a long time. It looked like there was a whole lot more in there than there was. There was a lot, but you know, it didn't take a long time to go through. It took more time to talk than it did to go through the stuff. So I'm starting off with a clean slate again, and we will hopefully keep it this way. I can't make any promises, but I am going to go back to the Fly Lady doing a desk day to make sure that I am keeping up. And again, as soon as I get another bookshelf, then the books won't be an issue, because I just have a lot of books and I will not give any more of my books away. I am thinking about doing a book exchange, and I will get back to you with more information on that. If anybody is interested in doing a book exchange with me, let me know down in the comments. That would be where I would pick one of my books off of my shelf, and I would send it to you, or you would send me one of yours off your shelf, and we would just do an exchange. So if anybody is interested in doing that, I will pick a few books and let you know what I have to exchange. And if anybody is interested within the continental United States, because overseas shipping can be a lot, we will see what we can do as far as doing a book exchange. Probably look for that in the fall, because right now I'm just trying to enjoy the last 3 weeks of summer vacation. I do have a meeting tomorrow that I have to go to, so I will be heading right on over to that meeting in the morning, but I'm still off for the next 3 weeks. So anywho, thank you very much for stopping by our channel. If you like this video, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. Thank you again for being a part of our family. We do appreciate you more than you can know. We do love you, and we hope you love us back.